Okay, so I am still currently in a trade on my combines. Got stopped out break even on my fundeds. The reason being because on my fundeds I had a nicer fill, and it made sense for me to break even at this low once we took it. My initial break even on my fundeds and my combine was this low here. Now, of course, it's hard not to take this shit personal because this has happened numerous times. And I don't trade that often. Like, I genuinely don't. And when I backtest my trades, this really doesn't happen that often. So it's, like, curious to me how it happens so often, or it just feels like it happens that often when I live trade. So it's hard not to take this type of shit personal where, like, your break even gets missed by, like, half a point. And you see it just start to trend in the opposite direction. Especially when, it makes more sense for us to go lower at this point. Now, obviously, the market could do whatever it wants to do, and it clearly is doing that currently, right? It doesn't give a fuck. But that being said, let's go over the reasons why I entered here. And of course, it's December price action. You can give all the excuses you want as to why this wouldn't play out in my favor. But, just because it's December doesn't mean, I want to enter with my model if it's there. So let's talk about this real quick. So the daily doesn't really give us much. You can see how choppy we've been recently. Finally, like a candle that actually has some direction to it. If you go to the 4 hour, you'll see I initially wanted buys because we had inversed the 4 hour after sweeping liquidity really nicely with this candle. As you can see, we didn't get that. And then once we started trending lower, I started looking for shorts. We inversed a 15 minute here, or I'm sorry, we inversed a 1 hour here, respecting a 15 minute fair value gap here. Now you might be asking, well, where's the sweep? Because you need to sweep of liquidity to fit the model. Well, the sweep was on ES. This was an SMT here. I don't really use SMTs all that much, but this clearly was an SMT. Like, we didn't really sweep anything on NASDAQ, but we did respect the 15 minute while we were giving a liquidity sweep on ES. On top of that, we obviously have, for a liquidity target or a TP, I mean, it's very obviously these lows, Asian low here, just nice equal lows. On top of that, of course, now if I'm still in this trade on my combines, our break even is now a point of interest because it already was for break even, but now it's a point of interest for coming back and tapping it because we've created equal lows perfectly there, unfortunately. So respecting higher time frame, 15 minute fair value gap, sweep, we got off an SMT off of ES, clear targets to the downside. And then, you got to ask yourself, well, okay, if I'm going to short here, what would be a reason why we go higher? What would be a reason we trend in the opposite direction I want us to go? When you look at the 15 minute here, there's really no reason. We're not reacting off of anything. Look at the 1 hour, we're not reacting off of anything. Look at the 4 hour, we're not reacting off of anything. There's no fair value gap in play here except for this 5 minute. And for whatever reason, this 5 minute is holding extremely strong after we are obviously, like I said, respecting a 15 minute up here, bearish fair value gap. For whatever reason, this bullish 5 minute wants to hold like it's fucking Thor trying to defend the universe from in Endgame. I don't know how to describe this 5 minute, but it's the most strong 5 minute I've ever seen in my life, considering we tapped into it 1, 2, this is still technically inside it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We were inside this 5 minute for 11 candles. 11 5 minute candles, which means 55 minutes that we were inside of this 5 minute. I could have broke even. Again, I could have broke even on the combine when I broke even on the funded. It's just the combine was a little bit shittier of an entry, and that's because I can't copy trade the combines with the funded. Hopefully, and so But also, this break even made total sense too. It's not like I was my break even on the funded was more of a conservative approach. Like,
order filled.
Let's be less aggressive with the funded than we are with the combine, and let's take our break even here. It was a better fill. I got subbed out. Really no idea why, to be honest with you, other than, of course, like I said, the 5 minute reacting the way it did. I forgot to mention the inversion was obviously the 5 minute here, 5 minute inversion. Nice clean inversion. You get a really nice 5 minute candle like this. You're assuming, you're going to at least break even, hopefully be able to take profit because the break even so close to TP. And then you just get a fucking fuck you candle in the form of a 15 minute. I don't know what else to say. I really don't. It's demoralizing. And it's quite annoying and frustrating, and I can think of a billion words to describe my emotions right now. It just sucks because, again, I traded the model. I mean, in my heart of hearts, at least right now, maybe I need to take a step back and look at this. I'll do a weekly recap, so I'll be looking at this again and with less emotion, but right now it feels like I followed my model perfectly. Of course, the sweep didn't occur on NQ, it occurred on ES, something I don't really backtest because I'm not backtesting SMTs. So you can argue that this wouldn't have been a trade I would take when I'm backtesting. But then again, it's like everything made sense for the model. I'm okay with using an SMT if I spot it. It's just I don't have two charts open in my backtest, so I'm not using it when I backtest, and I'm not really spotting it too often when I am live trading. That being said, it still doesn't invalidate the model. Higher time frame, or not higher time frame, the highest time frame inversion I could get, which was a 5 minute. The understanding of like, why would we go higher right now? Like, what is the reason we're not reacting off of a daily fair value gap? We didn't even sweep liquidity because we left these equal lows underneath. We didn't do anything that would justify us going higher. Genuinely, that's the most annoying part, and I get it. There's a 5 minute fair value gap here, but that's it, really. It's the 5 minute fair value gap against the world, huh? And it just holds. So I'm just using this as an outlet to vent and also share my trade from today. It's annoying. I wish I didn't follow my model because then there's something to improve upon. It's like, okay, cool, I did something wrong here. In the future, I won't do that. This is a trade I would enter again on. This is a trade you would hope that 99% of the time, 9 out of 10 times, when I re-enter a similar trade, we would come down and hit my break even. Obviously, again, it pays to be conservative. I don't like being conservative because it takes me out of a lot of winning trades, but at the end of the day, me deciding to break even here on the funded saved me from a loss. But of course, I took the loss on the combines. But yeah, this is the trade recap. Unfortunate loss here. I genuinely don't think I could have done anything to avoid it. I'm pissed off right now. I can't lie. I'm pissed off. But the emotions will fade. And I didn't allow the emotions to make me do anything within the trade that I would regret. I managed this the way I should have managed it. I'm going to give myself a little bit more. I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive on the combines, which is what I did. I'm going to be a little bit more conservative on the funded, which is what I did. Obviously, the conservative approach worked out today. The model, the trade, went together. Everything fit perfectly. Like, I did not break any rules. So I did not let emotions get the best of me in terms of that. But of course, now that the trade is over and I took the loss, I'm going to be a little pissed off. This is a trade I would have hoped to play out, especially if it was going to go as far in my direction as it did. I mean, we were less than half a point away from hitting my break even on the combines, and I know I'm repeating myself, but this is so frustrating. And once again, because I feel like this happens quite a bit, we were, fairly close to hitting my TP, closer to hitting my TP than my break even, and definitely closer to hitting my TP than my stop loss. But we just get this fucking giant fuck you candle. It's like, what are we doing? And again, I get it. It's December price action, whatever. I get it. Like, this looks disgusting. I totally understand. So I guess that's what the bottom line is, I'm getting caught in this December ugly, disgusting price action. I get it. But because I couldn't really take advantage of November, and I didn't trade well inside November, this is me trying to make up for that. And it's not like, again, I'm not breaking any rules to make up for it. It's just maybe I shouldn't be trading this month at all because it's shitty. Maybe I say that I've thought this the past 2 months. I thought this in October. I thought this in November. I thought when I went back and back tested all the way through those months, because I did so poorly live trading, I figured I'm not going to find many setups when I back test here. It's going to be similar. Nope, it wasn't. I found a trade almost every single day, and I made like minimum 5% a month on both those months, maybe more. So it's tough now to think when I go back and December 31st, and 31 days in this month. When I go back and backtest this month, right now I'm thinking so far I'm not going to find shit in terms of setups, and I actually might be right this time, because looking at this price action, looking at the 1 hour, it's just fucking terrible. Like, what am I looking at right now? We're not going anywhere, and I get it. Again, December month makes sense, but I'm not going to say that, because there's potentially a chance that I find a setup every single day when I backtest in hindsight, and I make another 5% on my account. That can definitely happen, because it happened the past 2 months. So we'll see. But right now, if I had to make an educated guess based off of what I'm looking at here, not knowing what I know from the previous 2 months backtesting, I'd say I'm not going to find jack shit, and it'll be a losing month. But again, who knows? Yeah, damn. This one stings. It's an annoying loss to take. It really is. But yeah.